to ninth, mate, because of the confusion of everybody who I couldn't see. Like I say, there was 19 people in the lobby, I could only see 15 of them. What the hell's going on? It is what it is. It'll sort itself out in the race, won't it?
Let's get the car up to temperature on this lap. We're learning the gears, so go through them all if you can.
What position am I? Where did I go? Well, one place. Fuck off. one place. Fuck off. Fuck off. You got 2 places, so you'll be fucking mouthing off.
Radar is clear.
I tried. I did try. To no avail. I got the top. Well, I didn't even get the fucking top 10 right, did I? To be fair, I got the top 5, top 3 are all right. So we'll just leave it as that. The top 3 are right. It'll have to be, mate. Sorry. Not what I can do about it. We all get to race. Who's 15th? Sorry, mate. About 10th, I think. He wasn't on the list. I couldn't see him. The game's that glitched. I couldn't even see him.
Is forming up. Be patient.
I had a Chinese last night. It was fucking lovely. Good job on your McLaren, I'd have fought you for that.
Slow down and maintain a positive delta. There's been an incident resulting in a high level of debris on the track.
Matthew XY's got a 5-second penalty for some reason. Yeah, by the looks of it.
Virtual safety car is ending. Maintain your pace until the green flag. VSC ending. Wait for green. There's been an incident on track resulting in loose debris. Fortunately, the marshals have managed to clear it up in time and there are no plans.
Yeah, I was trying to keep that delta below
Okay, DRS is now available.
the threshold. That delta was disgusting then, like.
Okay, clear. Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
Yeah, he was behind me. Hey, the safety car's on reduced as well, might I add.
VSC ending, we're going green. Maintain positive delta until the green flags.
Oh. Alright, Jess, what are you doing wrong there, mate?
Our gap to the car in front is 1.8 seconds.
You can if you provide footage, mate. As long as you give sufficient footage, mate, it can be removed. If it's proof. What was your delta at?
Green flag. There's been an incident on track, but officials aren't looking to push for a safety car right now. Just be careful.
Oh, I've just ripped my car off.
Looked bad. Are you all right?
I hit the curb.
All right.
Whoops. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. Mount. Never mind. Yeah. Oh well. Never mind. Yeah. I was like, oh, that hasn't brought a safety car up 'cause my car's smashed in the side of the track.
How was your race? What happened?
Oh, Marcus P1, eh? What's going on here? At least you got the opportunity. My wheel fell off. My wheel's over the other side of the track somewhere, I think. I'll go pick it up later. Jason, you can't park that there. You can't park it there either. There's yellow flags, but it doesn't tell me what it is. I took the hards this morning around Bahrain. They weren't too bad actually. I went soft hard on the Bahrain. I did 2 stop. 1 stop, sorry. 1 stop, sorry. Um, 2 seconds. Tyres, apple, dorn. 10 lap old hards. Chuckle Brothers in P1, 10 lap old mediums, just to beware. KY, 10 lap olds. I'd get in for a set of mediums, KY, if I were you. I'd jump in for a set of mediums, kid. Evening, David. Yeah, that curb's very slippery, I'm afraid. Yeah, I ended up in the wall. Whoops. Never mind. Yep, chucks on the 11 lap old mediums. Covers on 0 lap old mediums. Short marks just pick the hards. He can go to the end of the race on these. But he'll have Paul Jones chopping at his heels. Keza was in on a chat earlier. Let me take a look, David. Yeah. Sat on board with Marcus, see what he can do on these hard tyres. Yep. Not yet, David, not yet. Appledorn P8, having a nice race. Covers just behind him, is 2/10 behind him here, 3/10 behind him now. In that Mercedes-Benz, coming down the home straight. Looking at the back of Appledorn's Red Bull, looks like he's going to make this move. He's going down the inside. Little bit oversteery around there, but he has made it stick. Sector 1, we have got a yellow flag. Let's take a look at this top of this grid. Marcus is very close to the back end of the Chuckle Brothers right here. Them hard tyres seem to be doing him justice at the minute. Just trying to get the down gear. He's just losing a little bit of pace to the Chuckle Brothers up in front there. Paul Jones is right on the back of this as well. Paul Jones is having a sniff at PRLO in, and also the Chuckle Brothers again. Behind him, Matthew XY3 is on the back of this. We have got a fantastic little battle going on here for the P2 position. DRS is enabled, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what unfolds here. It's got some very, very close racing from P6 to P2 right here. Just over a second splitting them. We've got another yellow sector 1 flag. PRLO in all over the back of Paul Jones Jr. in that Ferrari. This is a very close battle for the P2 position, David. Very interesting battle indeed. With the DRS as well, it's going to make it very interesting down this home straight as well. Let's see who takes full advantage of this. Going to jump up towards Marcus Short, who's going to make the move on the Chuckle Brothers with those hard tyres. Paul Jones is also making a dive down the inside of the Chuckle Brothers, almost touching Marcus Short's rear end. Chuckle Brothers is just on the left. He's made the move stick, Paul Jones. Chuckle Brothers lost out on 2 positions. Oh, on the outside is a Ferrari as well of Owen. He's done it. Owen's done it as well. Chuckle Brothers lost 3 positions in 2 corners. How unfortunate is that? And then now he's got his brother on his rear end, so his brother's going to be having a go at him now. Oh, Chuck. There he goes. Chuck's done it. Chuck's gone past. Did he let him pass? I think that was the let him pass there. I think he's going to let his brother have a go at these guys up here with a little bit speedier tyres. He's got very much younger tyres. He's let him go by the looks of things. But now we're going down to another DRS zone. With Marcus leading for the P2 position for now. Covers is 2.6 seconds. He's well out of DRS range. He's down the road, but Paul Jones is going to be taking a look on the rear of Marcus Short. Marcus Short trying to break that DRS, keeping it tucked into the right hand side. Paul Jones isn't going to have the opportunity to get past, but does have a purple sector 3 in that lap. Fastest lap goes to the Haas. I'm having a little bit of trouble with my names on my screen, David, at the minute. They're blanked out for some bizarre reason. I've got 4 players blanked out on my screen. I don't know who they are. Yeah, he's Chinese, must have arrived. Probably wants his salt and pepper chicken. So we do have another safety car, which is going to mix things up again. Is Marcus going to come in and change them hard tyres, or is he very comfortable on them? That is the question. but he will lose a hell of a lot of position, so I don't think he will make that choice, to be honest. I think he will stay out on the hards and go to the end, but he'll have his own strategy in his head. Dummying, is dummying. He has dummied it. Appledorn speed in the pit lane, 5-second penalty for Appledorn, you naughty boy. You know better than that, Appledorn. Back at this track tomorrow as well, David. The crossover from the league reverse is going to cross over to the Netherlands again tomorrow. See where you can see Kevin there, I can't see the name, it's blanked out for me. That's what I was having trouble with to try to set the grid. There's people missing on my screen. Under KY King, I can't see who was in the house, I presume it's T2, is it? Yeah, 14th. Who's for? Yeah, I can't see his name. That's why I couldn't set the grid properly, unfortunately. So, let's get ready to go racing again, boys and girls. And away we go, we are racing again. Marcus on the back of covers. Paul Jones Jr. he's got a bit of a lazy start there, Paul, to be honest. On those mediums, he's caught napping a bit. Got the chuckle all over the back of Paul Jones here. He's on 19 lap old mediums. Chuckling P5. Oh man, he should have gone in and changed them tyres, surely to goodness. Marcus is half a second behind the leader as we speak. Mm-hmm. Marcus is dropping back by a second and a half, but these hard tyres will last a lot longer than P1, so by the time another 9 or 10 laps go, Marcus will have a lot better pace under these hard tyres, so I think he's made the right choice going on to the hards, going to the end, because he's a very good driver, probably one of the best drivers in the league, to be fair. Well, it is the best driver in the league. He's got Paul biting his ankles, but Paul has also 9-lap-old mediums. His tyres will die off as well. Chuckle Brothers P5 really needs to get in and change them mediums as well. He's doing well to get up there with his qualifying ban for this evening as well. We've got swappings from Barnes Covers and PRLOing down here on the back of Appledorn. Yeah. Exactly. Going to the pit, yeah. So we have got Covers at 1.7 seconds ahead of Mr. Short, but he is on those medium tyres. Chuckle looks like he's dropping back a bit on those mediums. He's suffering a bit with the 21-lap-old mediums. I think he's hoping to come for the last 10 laps on the softs, I would imagine. That's his theory, that's what he's thinking about. ARG down in last place on 6-lap-old softs, but 42 seconds behind. Paul Jones is still on the back of Marcus Short. He's got the ARS. He's got the DRS. He's looking for the move. Just a little bit short. Just braking a bit hard there. Just avoid the rear end collision there with Marcus. Marcus in the Williams. Paul in the Aston Martin. This is going to be some battle, because it's going to be the battle of the tyres as far as I'm concerned, to be honest. It's whose tyres are going to hold out. Marcus, I think, has made the very, very right choice onto them hards. No, they're going to see him to the end of the race. These mediums will start degrading after about lap 15, I would think, and Marcus will be down the road. He's keeping that gap also to Covers as well. He's, if not, he's closed the gap ever so slightly on that P1 position. 22-lap-old mediums for the Chuckle Brothers. This is absolutely madness. They must be hanging on for dear life. They really must. They're going to be very fine and then very slippy and slidey with 22-lap-old mediums, David. Paul Jones having another look. Down the straight. Still isn't close enough. Still can't get the move made on Marcus. Marcus holding his own, keeping his head on his shoulders. Concentrating on his racing lines. Getting the corners right every step of the way. Keeping that Aston Martin behind him of Paul Jones Jr. Paul Jones Jr. has won the last 3 Sunday races in a row. Marcus needs to break that cycle just to get him up in them championship points. Get him them few extra points that he's needing. PRLOing 112.5. Nice lap on the mediums in the Ferrari. Barn Covers coming up on the back of the Chuckle Brothers in P6 as well. Them 23-lap-olds are absolutely crying to be changed. They really are. The tears are coming out of those tyres, aren't they just? Paul Jones within 4 tenths. 5/10 behind Marcus Short. Marcus Short gets a fantastic exit out of the last corner. And is still going to be in the distance on those hard tyres. He's doing a very good job indeed on these hard tyres. Keeping his head about him. Keeping his concentration. Just making sure he knocks them corners off one by one. Keeping the right line. Paul Jones cannot find a way past Marcus Short at this moment in time. Marcus has dropped about 3/10 in 2 laps behind Covers brothers. But his tyres are going to be starting to suffer very shortly. Have we got any more close battles? We've got somebody just behind Appledorn there, I see, in the Haas. T2 the B2, I believe it is. I can't see his name, but he's all over the back of Appledorn in that Red Bull. We'll have a look at that for a couple of seconds and see what T2 can do about this Red Bull in front of him. He has got the DRS. He's got 77% battery. Down the home straight, I think T2 should probably get this Red Bull overtaken. Here we go, guys. Coming around this final corner. If T2 plants that DRS and ERS, and there he goes. He's going for the move on Appledorn. He made that look very easy. Very easy indeed. As long as he keeps this corner nice and tight. That's a beautiful move, T2. Very nice move indeed. Paul Jones has overtaken Marcus Short. Has overtaken him. We missed that one. I was down there with T2 watching that overtake and I missed that move. But Marcus will keep fighting on these hards. Them hards will last a heck of a lot longer. Marcus needs these points for his championship. Like I said before, Paul Jones has managed to get the last 3 wins in a row on the Sunday League. Marcus is closing very nicely. He's keeping up nicely. ARG 3-second penalty for multiple track limit warnings. We've got Matthew XY3 all over the back of the Chuckle Brothers right here, David. Yep, he has. Owen is out of the race. Out of the race. Safety car is deployed. This will mix things up immensely, because that's going to P1, P2 are probably going to come in for some newer tyres, I would think. And the Chuckles has already been in for his soft, so he's going to be feeling very proud of himself there. He's going to be feeling like he's been gifted some positions. The Chuckle in P10 with the early pit stop, and people who probably will be coming in for a tyre change, I would think. But we'll see what happens exactly. Is Paul coming in? Yes, he is. Paul Jones is coming in. I'd imagine he will bolt on a fresh set of softs. Marcus Short is also coming in. Oh, he hasn't slowed down enough. That has impeded him very much. He's going to be absolutely kicking himself on that. He hasn't taken it off under the safety car either, so he's going to have to get some speed about him. Barn Covers 11 has stayed out on the 9-lap old mediums and stays in P1, keeps his P1 position. Short Marcus with a 5-second penalty, be absolutely fuming about that with himself. Matthew XY3 is a reserve tonight, but he's doing very well in P5. T2 in P7. T2 could bring up the game, you know. T2 could make something of this. And you got Appledorn just behind him, and the Chuck is also on the fresh softs. It's going to be a very interesting end to the race, David, indeed. Got the Aston Martin safety car out this evening, so that's nice to see. Covers, I'd imagine, is going to get eaten up by these guys on the brand new softs. That's all I can say on that matter. He's got his brother right behind. He's got Paul Jones and Short Marcus behind him, and Matthew XY3, who are all very, very pacey, and the Chuckle brothers behind him, and T2. We've got pacey people right down to P9, so this is absolutely anybody's race. Absolutely anybody's race. And it's going to be so exciting to watch these final, what we're going to be doing. 6 laps, I would think, by the time the safety car comes in. We're going to have 6 laps of solid racing. Toe to toe. I think that this safety car will be coming in this lap because we've got the back markers just closing up now. The very last car is the Aston Martin. Where is ARG? ARG is on the back of the grid. Yep, we're all caught up. So I would think, who's got a 5-second penalty there, David? Who was that? Appledorn. Yeah, so this is going to be interesting. This could be anywhere from P1 to P8 maximum could finish this race on P1. Absolutely any one of these guys. I'm going to put my money on Short Marcus Paul Jones Jr. to win the race. One of those two. One of those two, I would think. But this safety car will be in this lap, I would think. Is it coming in? We'll sit on board with Marcus and see how this pans out. And away we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are... Oh, no we're not. No we're not. No we're not. Yes we are now. Oh my word. That has brought a bit of confusion to things. We've got a very good race on our hands now, ladies and gentlemen. So close, and a lot of people on these fresh softs covers, I would imagine, is going to get gobbled up by these fresh soft people, one way or another, unless his brother holds people back and gives him that helping hand. But they will find a way past one way or another, I would think. Bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, I've got DRS for 3 laps after a safety car restart. So there's going to be no assistance for 3 laps. Just raw pace. ARG. It's a very slippy corner, mate. Very slippy corner. So yeah, I've got these top 4, 5 drivers. The top 4 are split by less than half a second at the minute. Less than half a second at the minute. This is absolutely raw racing. Best man can win this. It's just finding a way past on such a tight track indeed. And not touching the guy in front of you. Barn covers 11 in the front on the P1 position, has 12 lap hold. mediums, they are going to start degrading and dying off. And these soft tyre runners, or the 2-lap-old softs, are going to start coming into play. And the moves should be starting to get done within the next lap or two, I would think. People keeping their ERS. DRS is now enabled. Now we shall see some advantage of things to come. It is very close. Very close. The top 4 are separated by less than 1 second, which is really good to see. Appledore 1:12, very nice lap, Appledore. Appledore down in P13, so that fastest lap won't count for him unless he gets up into the top 10. Marcus is looking to get very close to Paul Jones Jr. so he can get that DRS, but it's going to be a little DRS train going down this straight. Here we go. We're going down the straight, but everybody's going to have DRS on everybody else. So it's going to be very difficult to overtake because the car in front has DRS. You have DRS. There's just no way past. Covers are having a little battle with themselves in front of here, I can see. It's just very, very frustrating because you can't get past. And you know with that DRS you should be getting past. But everybody else has got the DRS and you can't get past. It's an absolute nightmare. Marcus wants the one over on Paul Jones here. He's gone a little bit wide there, but he's managed to keep it sensibly in the lines. The top 3 have no time penalties. Marcus does have a 5-second time penalty, which he needs to be getting past and down the road, and he can't really waste any time on this because he's going to be so annoyed with himself for getting that 5-second penalty on that pit lane exit. He's more or less caused himself a disability there, to be honest. But Marcus is going for this here. He needs to just... Oh, I don't know. Can he make a move for it? There's just no room to get past. There's absolutely no room to get past. He can't do anything about it. He's literally stuck in this little DRS train. On these final laps, we've got 2 laps remaining. And there's nothing he can do about it. Nothing he can do about it. Got the Covers brothers. We've got the Covers brothers overtaken the medium runner of the Covers brothers. Paul Jones and Marcus should be probably... Oh, Marcus is going for it. Down the inside. Oh, made a move there. Just backed out slightly not to impede Paul Jones Jr. Yeah, very close. This medium runner is going to get overtaken by Paul Jones down this next straight. I can guarantee that. 100%. If not by both Marcus and Paul, to be honest. Because them medium tyres are going to be crying right now on 15 lap holds. So I would imagine they'll get a double overtaken now by these 2 gentlemen. Because he won't have DRS on his brother, which he doesn't. Paul's took him, and Marcus has took him down the inside, as he know. Just touches his rear end slightly. But Paul's made the move and made the move stick. He has no ARS left. Barncovers, he's made a little bit of a mistake there. A little bit of a twitch. Marcus needs to get past. That red light is flashing on the back of that Mercedes like you wouldn't believe. He has got no energy left. He's been defending for so long because his tyres are that shot to bits. He just needs that straight line speed. Marcus will get the DRS again. I don't think he'll be able to get past right here. You better off wait till the straight. If he touches the rear, he's going to impede himself. Yeah, Marcus is going to wait for the straight right here. He needs to make it a full send just so he can catch up to Paul as well. There we go. Marcus is past, nice and easy. But he needs to get the back of Paul Jones Jr. This is the last lap, mate. It is the last lap, David. Very much indeed, it is the last lap. Marcus does have a 5-second penalty, so he could quite well drop right down this grid, unfortunately. For... No... Paul Jones's ERS is flashing as well. Marcus has 9% battery, so it's not going to get 5 seconds on Paul unless Paul makes a mistake, which I can't see happening. But Marcus is going to get shot right down this grid with that 5-second penalty. He's going to end up down almost, probably P8, I would think, at this moment in time. He's going to be really down that grid, unfortunately for him, for that silly mistake. He's usually so good at going into the pit lane as well. Yeah, unserved penalty. Marcus short puts him in P7. I was close, P7. Paul Jones P2, covers, barn covers, well raced guys. Matthew XY3, KYP11, 12, sorry. Very nice race, gentlemen. Chuck Brothers driver of the day. Well deserved. Well deserved indeed. Well deserved indeed. Bye, David.